Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. This is going to be one of my short and sweet videos. It's very obvious at this point that Harry and Meghan have not given up on the idea of a christening at Windsor for their daughter. They are pushing. Let's just take a look at this, okay? Let's go. A few months ago, before I got sick, I did a video for you guys that was titled, "Will These Two Ever Stop?" And in the video, we discussed the fact that Harry and Meghan wanted their daughter to be christened in Windsor. And quite frankly, it was going to happen in California because nobody is willing to fork over the money for these two. These two who have said horrible things about the royal family, they've called them racist, they've done horrible things, and yet they were pushing for this baptism. And let's not forget also that Harry tried to get the christening gown, the royal christening gown, so they could do the baptism in California. And the Queen is so smart, she was like, no, because she knew if she let that gown go, she'd never see it again. We all saw the stories. They're going to avoid the controversy with Archie. They're not going to release pictures. They're not going to release the godparents. They're going to do everything the way they want to do it in California. Let's remember, the Queen and Charles and everybody has to listen to the mood of the people, and the UK people are not willing to pay for a baptism. So to get to the point of this, Meghan and Harry have now made a request. They want to see Queen Elizabeth. We'd like to come visit, grandmother. We'd like to introduce you to our daughter. Oh, and by the way, while we're there, we'd like to have the baby baptized at Windsor. What that tells me is several things. The first thing that tells me is they are not in touch with the Queen. There is no private communications going on. They made a request through the courtiers like everybody else does. That's the first thing I learned. Second thing I learned is they have not baptized the baby in California. They're still hoping for a Windsor baptism. And then, of course, this article came out. Everything we know about Lilibet Diana's christening in the UK as Meghan and Harry head home. Now, here's the thing. They're not heading home. There's been nothing set up. These are the kinds of articles that their PR team are putting out in an attempt to force the royal family to have a baptism for the baby at Windsor Castle. They just cannot accept the fact that they have been given exactly what they want. They are cut off from the royal family. They're cut off from all the royal stuff. No baptism, none of that stuff. And what does that tell you guys? It tells you should be careful what you wish for. According to this article, they want the baby to be christened in Windsor just like Archie was, and they're happy to wait until circumstances allow. Now, here's the really interesting part. The article clearly says that since they have yet to release a picture of their baby, they're going to do the baptism behind closed doors, just like Archie. And that nobody will know who the godparents are, and nobody will even know what's happening until after the fact. I'm sorry. I do not believe for 1 second that the Queen will allow that. So what do you guys think about all this, knowing what these two have put the poor Queen through in this past year with the death of her husband and her saying all these, Harry and Meghan saying all these horrible things about her family? Tell me, do you honestly believe the Queen will say, sure, bop on over and we'll pay for a baptism and we'll let the UK public pay for your protection and the party? Do you guys honestly think Elizabeth would allow that? Because I just don't. Make sure to leave your comments below. You know how much I love reading them. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter. Don't forget you can email me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future uploads. Don't forget about my coffee fund. And as always, you guys, have a great day.